Hello, it is Kendra of the future. We asked a lot about how we travel from Kansas to California, and we do it by car, and we do it in one fell swoop. It is more than 24 hours of driving, and we do it straight through. No spending the night anywhere, no big, layovers or anything. So, I wanted to document that for the people who asked me the questions, but I will be breaking it into two videos. Part one is what we did on Tuesday, February 28th. So, from the evening till, middle of the night. And then, part two is what we did on Wednesday, March 1st, to getting here. So, that is all forthcoming. Hope you enjoy. If you're not interested in our travel to get out here, then skip it. But a bunch of it also deals with the fact that it was kind of a pain in the neck, in more ways than one. And here is our trip to California, part two. Good morning, interwebs. I'm awake for the day. It's 7:58 Kansas time, or Mountain Time. We're in Flagstaff. We just got gas. What, 21.18? How much we paid down?
21.11. $2.39 a gallon. $2.39
a gallon. And now Steve's eating the little sandwiches I made yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to eat mine.
About 550 miles to go. We're over 1,000 now.
Yep. And Steve's been a trooper. He's been driving. And I've been sleeping because I hurt. My neck is feeling a lot better, but my ribs all along my left side hurt really bad. I don't know the reason, I just know they hurt. Yay, we found the highway.
Whoever is in charge of the
road signage in
Flagstaff should be fired. Or maybe they got fired. Potentially that's the problem. They finished 2/3 of the job, and then were fired, and so nobody went up and put the last signs on the instructions.
We kept finding signs that told us to turn, and then they would not have the next sign
to tell you how to get there.
So, but we are on the road again. There's snow all over the ground. And there's snow all over the ground in town, which was kind of pretty. We got to see a little tour of Flagstaff. I was unimpressed. There was a lot of cars. And not a lot of street signs. Laughing.
It's good that we can only make the same joke.
Yeah, well, you know. What were you saying about laughing because you don't bang your head on the steering wheel?
Yes, I said I was laughing at the fact that we had to wait for 2 trains at 1 traffic light.
Yeah, because once we finally got headed the right direction, we got stopped by trains.
It said I was laughing to keep from screaming loudly and banging my head into the steering wheel.
Yep. So I'm fairly certain we are in California now. I have been asleep for quite some time, but we've crossed into Pacific time, so it's now 9:36. Funny thing going west, you keep losing hours. So we are at a rest stop, and everybody else is out running around, and I had found a position. I've been asleep because I got my ribs all aligned and my neck all aligned, and I've been comfortable for the last 2 hours. So Steve and I elected that I am not moving. Especially since I don't need to pee or anything. I am going to stay in this exact position because this position seems to be working for me. So, Steve is out there. He's smiling at me because he sees me vlogging. Let's see if you can see Steve and Kuma. There's Steve and Kuma. Kuma is being super well behaved. I keep forgetting he's even here, so clearly getting used to car trips. Correction, we are 20 miles from the California border. I realized that was not the California flag flying, so we were clearly not in California. See, that's what happens when you have been in and out of sleep for hours.
I don't have any.
Now, we are officially in California and also entering the Pacific time zone. See, I was all sorts of messed up at the last rest stop. I think my brain was still asleep. Now my body just kind of still is. And that's okay, because if it's sleeping, it's not just screaming, ah. Boy, I sure do see why people come to California on vacation. It's so pretty.
Why would you ever leave California to move to Kansas, where it's so luscious and green and pretty?
Oh. We're in Barstow, California, and Steve is oblivious to the fact that I'm vlogging. But we're getting gas, and we always go to this Food for Less gas station when we drive through Barstow. And yes, regular gas is $2.63 a gallon. Told Steve that's the difference between the ability to live as a single income family and having to be a double income family. And that, my friends, is a reason to move from California elsewhere.
Did you mention that this will be the last fill up?
No, I didn't.
This will be enough. Once the tank's full, we should be able to get there. Yay!
Better be, because it's going to cost us an arm and a leg.
It's only 57 cents a gallon more than at home.
What's the damage?
42.80 at 2.63 a gallon.
Yeah. And now off to find something tasty and hopefully ice creamy to eat as a snack / lunch. So we just passed a semi carrying tons of drywall, and it made us think of a story. Once we redid all the walls in our upstairs, and so we had...
It's not something one usually does twice, if they can
yes,
avoid
you
it.
could avoid it. It had been all lath and plaster, and we redid it. In the same way we redid our walls in the living room turned kitchen. But anyways, we did our whole upstairs, and we had one of the local lumber yards deliver the drywall to our house because we had so much. And they delivered it, and what did the guy say to you, Steve?
Well, as we were unloading it, he was just trying to make some conversation. He goes, "So, you guys are going to do some remodeling, huh?" And I just said, "Yeah, we're redoing our upstairs." But in my head, I thought, no, we just really like drywall.
So whenever we see drywall, like, stacked in the heart, we walk away like, oh, we just really like drywall. As, you know, one does. Or in this case, two do. Can you identify the tasty treat? That's right, In-N-Out chocolate milkshakes. So what's the bet for how many times we're gonna consume In-N-Out related food while we're on our trip, Steve? When I came alone this last time, I had it twice. And the last few times we've come, it's been 0. So what do you think it's gonna be?
Well, I think we'll have this. I think there's a chance that we will have an In-N-Out burger at some point. So my bet is 2 total, 1 more.
I would say there's a chance for 3.
Well, I think there's a chance for you to have 3.
Yes, I guess that's true. In fact, I would say it's probably highly probable that I will have 3, because I'll probably have some while Steve and the kids are away. I think I've mentioned that the plan is that we are all going to my parents' house. We're going to be here for a few days, and then Steve and the kids are going up to see his parents up in the Sacramento-ish region, which I think one of you lives up that way. Actually, a couple of you live in the Northern California region where I grew up, and then Steve will come back with the kids, obviously, and we will all reconvene and leave from my parents' house. And I'm going to keep the dog the whole time.
And for those of you from Redding who I know are going, Sacramento and Redding are not the same thing. We know that as well.
Yes. Yes. They're very different. So, there's not a lot to see when you're out driving on the desert highways. But one of the interesting things is this airplane graveyard. It's where when planes are like no longer usable, they come here. I don't know how well you can see because we're fairly far away from it. Also, on the hill behind it is full of windmills. We're going to go through more and more areas of just windmills. And then over here, a whole lot of nothing. And over there, a whole lot of nothing. But over there, a whole lot of cars.
What you're missing is over there is where you fly test airplanes.
Oh.
And
Whole lot of nothing. Edwards Air Force Base.
Base is right over there.
Yes,
somewhere.
somewhere.
On the other side of those hills, I think.
Yep. And Steve's dad was an Air Force instructor pilot, so planes are a thing in their life. It is, what? It's 2:54. See, it's confusing. We don't change the clock in our car till we get to our destination. So we basically stay on Central Time till we end up wherever we're at. Mostly because then it makes it easier to add and subtract how long we've been on the road. And, you know, we also are kind of still eating on that schedule-ish. Anyways, we just got back on the road. We stopped for a pit stop at a gas station, and now we're on our final highway.
Final road, 111 miles to our destination.
There's some pretty mountains over there. They're all green because it actually rained in California lately, which hasn't been so green on this drive in a long time. The water cycle, it's a fun thing. We're here, and the dog and the children and all the people are very, very excited. So it is 4:47 Pacific time. So we got here in 25 hours, 25 and a half hours basically. Which, how long did Google tell us it was going to be? Google Maps? About that. So not too bad with 3 kids and a dog. What were you informing me of, Steve?
It was 1,660 miles from when we left Washington, Kansas to when we pulled in your parents' driveway.
So from the chiropractor to my parents. And now we're all showered and dressed and stuff.
Pretty.
Yeah, oh, well, I was pretty before. Now I'm just pretty and I smell better. And we're going to my sister's house for dinner. And we'll hang out there for a little bit. It's school night and they're teachers, so they will need to get to bed at a decent time, but then I'm sure we will see them some more while we're here. They live in the same town as my parents. So, off to have some tacos.